Hello, hello, hello to all my melanated family out in YouTube world. This is your boy Strong, emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong. With a message to all my brothers and melanated brothers and sisters out there. If you African, African American, Black, Hispanic, nigga, whatever you consider yourself, you in the melanated family. It's time to wake up, family. But I want to make a video specifically to my African brothers and sisters out there in Kenya and Gambia and all the countries in Africa, especially the separation of South and North Africa. But it's a awakening going on all over the world, in Africa and America, all over the world with melanated people. We're waking up all over the world. And so there has been a lot of African Americans leaving America and going to Africa. And I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing to get back to our originality. But for my African brothers and sisters out there, the way you guys are letting your politicians run Africa, it's like even if we leave America and come to Africa, we're leaving Europe, and Britain rules to come to Africa, which is supposed to be all melanated people, but you guys reside under Britain and European rules. So what's the point of us leaving America to come to Africa to be subjected to the same hypocrisy and rules and sets that we're running away from, that we're trying to get away from? We're trying to get away from that and come to our homeland. And in our homeland, you guys are allowing Europe and Britain to set rules and manipulate your money. Not even that. China also in Africa is very big. They need to go. They need to go. They need to go. And if they weren't there and it was all black melanated country, colony, landmass as a continent, more of us would come there, even faster than we are coming there. We'll bring our money, we'll bring our education, we'll bring our strength, we'll bring our people, we'll bring our families, and we can unite back with our African brothers and sisters in the continent of Africa. But it's kind of discouraging. It's kind of discouraging when we are getting subject to all the things we're getting subjected to in America, to think that we're coming home to our native land, but when we get there, we still have to follow the white man's rules. We still are kissing the white man's butt, letting them make laws in that continent, in any one of the countries. They shouldn't be in any one of the countries. So I wanted to make a message to my African brothers and sisters to get on your politicians, get on to your presidents. It's a lot of big up to a lot of African presidents that's doing the right thing, trying to change this at the present time. I don't know if the rest of my brothers and sisters know that, but in Africa they are awakening also, and some of them are trying to get rid of that entity that is not melanated in Africa as we speak. They are trying to do that. So big ups and props and praises to those presidents in Ghana and Gambia and things like that are trying to get rid of and separate themselves from that non-melanin power that resides in Africa. But it's just a message that if it was less European presence there and China presence there in control of the rules and laws and all of those things, then more of us would come home. More of us would come home. I do believe that. I do believe that. But it doesn't make sense for us to leave a European, heavily run America to come to a continent like Africa, which is all supposed to be all melanated people, that's run by non-melanated people. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's okay. It's like leaving one prison to go to another prison. That's not. We want to be free. And I know my African brothers and sisters in all of Africa, South Africa, North Africa, East Africa, West Africa, all from Egypt to Gambia, from Gambia down to South Africa. We want to be free. We don't want to come from one prison to another prison. We would love to venture back home and feel like we're home and be accepted by our brothers and sisters at home without the threat and the brainwashing and the legal and the laws that's created by non-melanated people in that continent. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You see what they're doing to us in America. And by allowing them to invest and own property and land and businesses and building military bases in that continent from other countries like China and Britain and Europe and all of that, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You are selling out your people. You are following down the same road America went, and if it continues, you will be in the same situation that America is in right now. So what's the point of African Americans leaving America to come to Africa if we're going to be subjected to the same life? It might be a little bit better, but that's because right now they are fresh or new in manipulating Africa. Not really, because the European rule has been in Africa forever. Like, all of the money that Africa makes, they got to send it to Europe, and then Europe gives Africa what it needs to survive, and that's why it's such a poor country, a poor continent. But if you guys kick them off, all the diamonds, all the money, Africa has everything it needs, all the resources it needs. It does not need to import one resource. Africa does not need to import, as a continent, it does not need to import one resource. So if we all went back home and was all a melanated continent, it was only a melanated continent, we would be untouchable. We would be the rulers. We would be untouchable. My African American brothers and sisters, my melanated brothers and sisters in America and around the world, if we could venture back home and invest back at home in melanated businesses and things like that, without the non-melanated branch of power being there, it would be a totally different world. It would be a totally different world. But it's some parts of Africa that lay down African kids so Chinese people can walk on their backs like a rug. That's still going on today in some parts of Africa. Why would we leave? That's what happened to us back in slavery. Laying down, letting them put out their feet on us and resting their feet on us and walking on us, and that's why would you allow that to happen in a melanated continent like Africa? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. But it's slowly changing, but it needs to change fast. It needs to change fast. So although I love all my, once again, I love all my melanated brothers and sisters from Africa to everywhere, all around the world. And this is pretty much a message to the leadership of all the countries in Africa. You guys need to unify. Unify. There's no need to have so many countries in Africa anyway. That's what the European Union did to you guys. That's what Britain did to you guys. Separated you guys so you're not one voice, one mind, one motion. They did that. And the fact that you guys continue to live like that allows them to keep their power. Because not one country can have enough votes to make a change in Africa. You would need several different countries to feel the same and vote the same with the same voice to make any changes in Africa the way they have it set up right now. And the fact that you allow them to do that, to divide you into so many different nations, to so many different countries, which is okay to have different countries and dialects and everything like that, but don't let them be the one that make you do that or keep that for money, because it's only for money. It's only for money. And the presidents in Africa and some of those countries that's selling out your people, your African people in politics, and you selling them out to these European nations and the Chinese nations, you are doing that to your people. I'm calling you out. You are doing that to your own people for money. What? That doesn't make any sense to me. I would love to up and go to Africa. But if it's going to be a prison like America's is a prison, I might as well stay in America and fight this prison than to risk everything to come there to start all over in another brand new prison. I commend my African brothers and sisters in Africa, all over Africa, for waking up right now. Continue to spread the word to your brothers and sisters to wake them up. And hopefully with my African American brothers and sisters in America and all my melanated brothers and sisters all around the world, we can come together. The message is unification in melanated people. We are awake. The last step is to unify. To unify. Melanated people all around the world, we need to unify. One voice, one mind, one direction. And change the world. So this is specifically, once again, to my African brothers and sisters in Africa, the continent of Africa, and all the countries in Africa, north, south, east, and west. Start writing petitions to your presidents and your political people to get them out of office if they even thinking about bringing more non-melanated business there and non-melanated people to make laws there and military bases that's non-melanated military bases. No. If they even thinking about that, they even putting that on the vote, they need to go. They need to go. In every country in Africa. And we'll come home. And we will come home. This is your boy Strong. Emotionally strong, mentally strong, physically strong. Love, love, love to all my melanated people all around the world. Let's unify. Let's unify. Blessings, peace, and love.